All right, hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be graphing these quadratics and finding the characteristics from the graph. So here's our fancy Desmos yet again. What we're going to do is graph by typing in the expression. So we are going to do y minus 4x minus 1. So there's our parabola. Now what we're going to be able to do is find everything we need. Remember, the axis of symmetry is that imaginary line that runs right through the center of that parabola. So I'm actually going to start with the vertex, though. This vertex is right there. So we're looking at 1, -3 as our vertex. Okay? Now that we know the vertex is 1, -3, we do recognize that we have a minimum, and the minimum is at where, or you know what, let me do this, where y equals -3, or at the vertex. So your maximum or minimum is always going to be that y value. The y-intercept is a little bit hard to see, but it's right here. And the y-intercept is at -1, so we're looking at 0, -1. So now I'm going to go to the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is your x value of your vertex. So our axis of symmetry is x equals 1. So those are all the parts of this particular parabola. All right, let's go ahead and graph this one here. I would recommend you practicing on Desmos with all of this. See, because sometimes you miss things. Okay, now remember, if you're just given the equation, you can graph it on Desmos, and then you can simply tap where those points are. So here, the vertex is at 3, -1. And of course, that tells us that there's a minimum, or it opens up, and the minimum is where y equals 3. The next thing we're going to do is find that y-intercept, which is located at 0, 8. And then, of course, our axis of symmetry is where x equals 3. Remember, you can also find all of these characteristics without graphing. Okay, let's do one more. All right, so let's graph this. Remember, if it says f of x, that's where you put y. So y equals plus 2. So double check. Oh, I always double check. See, and I didn't square this one, so that's why that didn't work. And voila, there we go. So I'm going to label the vertex, which is, switch up some colors here, 1, 5. Which means the axis of symmetry is where x equals 1. There is a maximum where y equals 5. And last but not least, our y-intercept is where this point is at 0, 2. Pretty quick. Of course, it's really nice when you have it on Desmos because you can just click where the points are. But if not, you know to use your x and y values, your x-axis and your y-axis, in order to find the coordinates that you need.